now here in 9.2 we see this idea of tuple assignment, which is very nice. Now they go through two things. They do what they call the packing and unpacking. So I'll copy that and I'll insert something down below here. And okay. Well, I'm not sure what I didn't even read it that carefully there. So I pasted this in, so we have that. Then we can say, we could say something like print, or print, print B, and run that. And so you see we get that tuple. But then we can take there, I'll just copy it again, this bit here, and do the unpacking, and then for instance, print name. So this is a way to assign lots of variables sort of all at once. So that's very nice. And now suppose you so we've got name, age, and studies this way, but now suppose we assigned we'll use an N, A, and S for the age, name, age, and studies, but we say we do we wanted to do studies, name, and age for some reason. We can just take our tuple here and well, actually no, so we want to let's see, sorry about that, I hadn't actually tried this, and so let's use the whole thing. So studies, name, and age, and let's see if it does. So I'm doing 3 things as opposed to just 2, but let's do that, and then we'll assign that to C equals this thing, and then we'll print C and see if it does what they seem to indicate. So let's yeah, so it's not actually switching anything here. So so let's go through their example so you can see the idea. Okay. For instance, and I didn't think it would change things, right? So it just messed it up in this case. But what are they talking about here when they do this temp equals A? Okay, well, so we've done that sort of thing, And so let me just start a new cell down here. And you know, we've done the sort of thing where we updated stuff, right? We were in, say, a for loop and or a while loop, and you know, something came in, and you know, so let's do a little if statement here, and let's say a equals 7. And then you might do something like this. If a is less than, less than 8, then let's give a to b, so b is equal to a. And let's see, I'm not thinking through this too well, so sorry. In this case, I hadn't gone through an extensive play with this, so this is but you know, you can also see, well, you know, it's not like everything's obvious to me by any means, so you know, we're doing good stuff here. Yeah, I guess, you know, say we need to switch something, and so let's go with b equals 9. And so say, you know, if a was less than 8, then we want to switch those two things. Well, if I were to do something silly like b equals 7, and then, or sorry, a, and then I said a equals b, that would be bad. It wouldn't work. So, you know, if I print then a and b here, I should get 7 in both cases. So, and you see we get 7 and 7. So see, that was a bad idea. So what we do is we say in here typically, oh well, then let's let a temp variable get the value of a. Then we let a equal b, and then we let b equal that temp value that was the value of a. And so now if we do that, we get the 9 and 7 switch. Okay, so what they're saying is that instead, you know, if you had a equals 7, b equals 9, and now if I just make a tuple c equals a comma b, but then, so now I'm going to just get rid of, well, I'll comment that out. That's usually what I tend to do with stuff, is I try not to destroy things I've written. I just do, you know, maybe put them in comments. Okay, so I've got c equal, now if I say, well, you know, b comma a is equal to c, now I should get this same, oh, and then yeah, and print out a and b, I should get this same switch here. So I'll run that, and sure enough I get the 9 and 7. So you see, this is a way to change my elements. And now if I make this, you know, equals 10, and I let d, I'll make a d here, d equal ABC, then you see I could do something like, well, you know, say I want to shift them to be BCA, like that, and this is now D, so I'll print A, B, and C, and so they were, you know, 7, 9, 10, but now they should be, let's see, B should be 7, C should be 10, and A should be 9. No, let's see, what do we have here? B should be 7, C should be 9, and A should be 10. Okay, so when we print that out, it should go then what, 10, I'm looking at order here, I'm trying to again do this on the fly. You know, A should be 10, B should be 7, so it should go 10, 7, 9, I believe, and there it does, 10, 7, 9. So, you know, that wasn't the smoothest presentation there, but, you know, it gets us through this idea of what we can do with tuples. And you could have tuples of tuples. They don't mention that here, but yeah, so let's, oops. You know, I could have something like my tuple is some xy pairs, I believe. I think this will work anyway. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, like that. I believe that should work with tuples. And then if we print T, let's try that. I think we can have tuples of tuples, and sure enough we can. And so if we then printed like T0, you see we just get the 1, 2. And if we did T0, 1, so this is the next layer. So in here, 0, 1, so I should get back 2 from this. And there's my 2. Okay, so it just goes from the top down. So the outside parentheses, there were 2 items in that. And if I said T0, I got that first 1, 2 pair. And then the 3, 4 pair is the next one. So if I, you know, if I said 1, 1, I should get a 4. And there's the 4. So that's section 9.2.